So last weekend I uploaded a video talking about whether or not the console versions of Payday 2 would ever get updated again. It was covering the Xbox One, PS4 and Nintendo Switch versions, and link in the description and on screen now for those of you who haven't seen it and want to go catch up. It is well worth doing that before watching this video. But I basically said that it could go either way. There were reasons for and reasons against, basically from the financial and also pleasing the console players' point of views. There's all different arguments that needs to be settled and debated in that video. But we basically got to the conclusion that it could go either way and there were pros and cons for either side of the debate. Well, before that video, it had been about 2 or 3 months since I'd done a video talking about the console updates, and would you believe it, in the last couple of days since making that video, Goris has posted in the Steam forums with a little bit more information. Nothing amazing, but a little bit more to give us a better inkling of what's going on with the console versions. I honestly couldn't have timed this any better. It's really nice to get this information just after getting everyone talking again. So, without further ado, my name is Red Archer Live, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about some more Payday 2 console update news. So as most of you know by this point, Goris, one of the members of the Overkill team, will occasionally post in a Steam forum called Next Consoles Update After the Master Plan, where he basically goes into detail and talks about what's happening with the future of console updates, what we can expect, when we can expect it, and so on and so forth. And yesterday, after I spent about an hour and a half recording a video on the demo version of Payday 2 on the Xbox 360, which I don't know whether or not to upload, because honestly it didn't go that well. I may just make a video out of it anyway, I'll see, so stay tuned on that. I'll probably put a poll up and get you guys to decide, but we'll just see, I don't know. Point being, after coming out of the recording session and not really sure whether I was going to make it into a video for this week, and therefore wondering what to upload, we find out that Goris had posted in the Steam forum, so everything worked perfectly for me. So, we're going to get in, have a look at what he posted in this Steam thread, see what he said, and then get to discussing it afterwards. So on Wednesday morning, Goris posted, "Hi Heisters. As you all probably already know, we are currently in the middle of a complicated situation. Having said that, there is still hope as long as the Payday gang is alive. We hope to share some more in the coming weeks, but in the meantime, we want to keep the heisting spirit up with a giveaway. Reply to this thread or message me with your console choice and your region within the next 24 hours. And he's basically saying they will do a giveaway and give away some free codes to people. I have entered myself in for that. I've entered for a specific DLC code. If I do get someone from Goris, I will run it as a giveaway because I already own the DLC on Xbox. So if I get a code, I'll give it away. If not, then obviously I can't do that. So we'll just see from there. But not long afterwards, Goris did follow up because a number of people responded saying they were glad to hear he was okay and, you know, hadn't been fired or whatever. There were a few people saying different things. And he basically replied saying, "Thanks everyone. Things are the way things are, but let's see how it goes. Hope you guys are doing well." And he said there was no giveaway for Switch DLC, so unfortunately, Switch players won't get a code. I've picked one for Xbox One, so we'll see if I get one through. We'll go from there. But this is solid proof from Goris that backs up what I said last weekend, which was that there is a good chance we get a console update. Goris has finally opened up in the Steam forum and told us that all hope is not lost. He's basically reminded us that they are in the middle of reconstruction. Starbreeze are still trying to hold on to the money they've got left and plan where they're going forward with their business to try and get themselves out of debt. But at the same time, there are still questions as to what the company is going to do when they come out of reconstruction, and console DLC for Payday was one of the biggest questions on a lot of people's lips. Whenever Payday posts something on Twitter or Instagram, anything like that, most of the comments these days are about the console DLC for Payday 2, so it seems only fair that at some point we got a word back from it. And I know immediately, without me even saying anything, people are going to jump in and say, "But Troy, he's not said that anything's actually happening anytime soon. Why is this a good thing?" Well, it's a good thing because Starbreeze went into reconstruction about 3.5 months ago. In that entire time, Goris has barely posted in the Steam forum. He did acknowledge at one point that there was a crisis going on, but even then he said very little about console DLC. Change my state of mind, when love's so hard to find. He could quite easily have kept up this month's period of silence and not said a word until we knew more, but he has made the effort to come in and tell us that there is a possibility things could carry on, which is a very good sign because, again, he didn't have to post that. He's put it in here. He could just be saying it to keep people interested, but I genuinely think that that is a sign that in all these debates that Starbreeze are having about what to do going forward, Payday 2 console DLC is still on the forefront, and it's still something that needs to be remembered and considered. Also, as always, I'm going to leave a link to the Steam forum in the description. A lot of people were really nice to Goris about the whole thing, about hoping he was alright and hoping everyone at Overkill was doing well, so if you want to leave your well wishes, please do feel free to do that in the Steam forum. It is really nice to see everyone being nice, especially considering My comment section last week was a bit of a mixed bag. There were people who were completely against console updates and, you know, used some very colourful words towards Overkill, and there were people who were optimistic. So there's always a good mix, so it's nice to see people being nice to the Steam forum rather than rude. And then finally, going back to a time frame, Goris said that there hopefully will be some more information in the coming weeks. Now, as some of you will know, Starbreeze's reconstruction period was recently extended until the start of June, which is quite a bit more than a few weeks away. So that means hopefully, even though Starbreeze is still in reconstruction, we may get some information soon as to what's going to happen. And to be honest, them being in reconstruction hasn't stopped news before, because as some of you might remember, they recently announced that Starbreeze were working with Universal Games to publish Payday Crime War, the mobile version of Payday 2, for iOS and Android devices, and it was in the middle of the reconstruction period that they announced, hey, we're doing a publishing deal with Universal to get the game out the door later this year. So being in reconstruction hasn't stopped them from announcing things before, so it may not stop them from announcing things now. If a console DLC is on the way, there's no reason that they can't tell us about it before reconstruction ends. And honestly, from the way Goris has said this, it's completely plausible that's the way it could go. And because obviously he didn't confirm outright that there is a new update coming soon, he didn't give us any more information on things being developed, but we already knew that the storyline mode, Team AI, Crime Spree, and the Continental Coin system were all coming in the next update, alongside a high likelihood of Joy being added as well, on top of whatever other content they port over as well. So we're expecting a pretty decent sized update no matter what, but the thing goes back to whether or not we'll see more after this update. And as I said in the last video, I think at the very least they'll do one more update, because they were partway through developing a DLC before everything collapsed and went into, well, dark streets. Let's refrain from using foul language, a family-friendly PG channel. So before Starbreeze went into reconstruction, there had been a period of approximately half a year, because the update came out in July, so 5 or so months in between the most recent console update and Starbreeze going into reconstruction. That's about 5 months of console DLC development that has been worked on and hasn't been released yet, so they will at the very least hopefully finish that update and get it out. As for whatever else happens after that, I really don't know. As to people talking about the safe house, I don't think even if we get every single update the game has had on PC over on consoles, I don't even think the safe house will come over them, because it's a very big content heavy feature, and they did say they were looking at alternatives to it. I don't know how the hell that would work, them putting in alternatives to a safe house, but if the safe house never gets added alongside safes and skins, then don't be surprised. All I'm saying, I'm not saying be pessimistic about it, because as you guys know, I try and be as optimistic about these things as possible, but when it comes to things that have a pretty low likelihood, I am a realist as well. So any content that isn't the safe house and safes and skins is more than likely to come in an update at some point, but those two features, I just don't know, and I don't even want to predict or say anything either way, because I honestly don't know how it's going to work. But until we get any more information, I can't say anything else. I don't want to give any false opinions or anything like that, so I'm going to round off the video here. That was Goris' latest update. I get that it wasn't the most groundbreaking thing, but it's good enough to say to us that console DLC is still coming, that that's still their plan, or at least is potentially still their plan, as long as the higher-ups at Starbreeze's office executive area, so Mikhail Nermak, the standing-in CEO, and everyone else up there, as long as they all agree that console DLC should still be put out, then we should be fine. And as far as I'm concerned, considering the console market is a big market for Payday 2 and for just Overkill in general, regardless of whether it's cash grabs or actually getting out for console players, it generates money for them. They don't want to mess up console players, and if they do release Payday 3 and they don't help console players out now on Payday 2, then they're basically shooting themselves in the foot, and console versions of Payday 3 will just not sell. It's as simple as that. People won't trust Overkill. So at least one more console update will come, in my opinion. It's just a matter of when, what's going to be in it, and how, you know, we all find out what platforms is coming on, and so on and so forth. So until then, until there's more information, I'm going to leave it there. As always, thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. It's always very much appreciated. And if you are new around here and you want to stick around for some more Payday 2 content and whatever else I decide to upload, hit that subscribe button, because you know what it is. It's quick, it's free, and I'll always love you for doing so. But either way, I'll be back with a brand new video next week. Possibly the Payday 2 demo video. I don't know. I really am on the fence. I'll just look into the footage and decide from there. And as I said, I'll put up a poll, let you guys decide. But other than that, there probably won't be another console news video until Goris talks about whatever he's going to talk about in the next few weeks. If I do get one of those DLC codes I mentioned earlier, I will run a giveaway on the channel, so stay tuned, that might be to come. And finally, I don't say it enough, thank you again to everyone supporting the Patreon. I know that there are credits to patrons in the outro and in the description of videos and in the comments section for those of $5 or more, but genuinely those who are actually pledging to the videos, on top of watching everything I do, it is super appreciated. We're getting closer and closer to the software upgrade and get me back to streaming streaming. So hopefully in the next month or two, we'll get back there. So who knows? If I can get my setup ready for another update for Payday 2 on consoles, then it'll be even better. But until then, I'll see you all very soon. Thank you very much for all your support and all your love. It's always very much appreciated. I hope to see you down in the comment section below talking about all this news. But until then, take it easy, guys. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you all very soon.